Hi students, in the last class we started the lesson name is fiber to fabric lesson. In that lesson we discussed about definition of fabric, definition of fiber, definition of yarn, and also we discussed the classification of fibers into natural fibers and synthetic fibers, and also I explained the different type of fabrics from which we can make different type of things, and also I explained the characteristic properties of different type of fibers, that is natural fibers and synthetic fiber. Water absorbing nature of natural fibers is more when compared with synthetic fiber. Like that, so many properties I explained for you in the last session. Now I will start the lesson with another table, that is different type of fabrics which we wear in different types of seasons. That means we will wear different types of clothes in different types of seasons. Okay, what are they? Say for example, in summer season we are interested to wear cotton. Why? Because in summer season sweat present on our body is very high. Cotton shirts can absorb water more. That means natural fibers absorbs water more when compared with synthetic fiber. That's why we will use natural fibers. That means we will wear natural fibers in summer. That means it absorbs, cotton absorbs more sweat from our body. So we wear cotton shirts and cotton pants, cotton trousers in summer season. What about winter season? In winter season, cloths we wear are made from wool fabric. Sweaters, example, sweaters, and also some polyester fabrics. That means wool fabric, that means cloth we wear are made from wool fabric and also polyester fabric. Wool. Okay, wool is a natural fiber, polyester is an example for synthetic fiber, cotton is an example for natural fiber. Next, in rainy season we wear cotton shirts, cotton pants, and also polyester shirts, polyester pants, along with raincoats, which are made from nylon, made up of nylon. Nylon is not having it is resistant to water, but that means it does not absorb any water. Absorb water. That means raincoat also we can write nylon also here. Nylon for the preparation of raincoats. So this is about in summer we wear cotton fabrics. In winter we wear wool fabrics or polyester fabrics. In rainy season we will wear cotton fabrics, polyester fabrics. Sometimes on rainy day, we wear nylon fabric, that means raincoat. This is about one table. Okay, now I will explain another concept, that means natural fibers and synthetic fibers not only used for preparation of fabrics. Natural fibers, synthetic fibers are not only useful for preparation of fabrics, but also they are useful in preparation of banners, flexes. They are used in preparation of banners, flexes, and school bags. If you observe school bag is also made from fabric, one type of fabric, that is also synthetic fabric. Okay. Book bindings we are using one type of fabric in book binding. Its name is calico. Calico is a type of fabric used in book binding. I will show that particular calico fabric. This is calico fabric. Calico fabric is used in book binding purpose. This is the calico fabric. Observe, calico fabric is having horizontal rows, horizontal threads, vertical threads. Observe, it is having horizontal threads and vertical threads. That means horizontal ends, vertical ends combined to form cloths. Okay, this is about calico. Very important bit. The fabric which is used in book binding is calico. Calico is a type of fabric used in book binding. Very important bit. Okay, this is about some introduction part and uses of fabric. Now I will explain. In your syllabus only natural fibers are there. Only two natural fibers are there. Those are, first one is cotton, second one is jute. In your 8th class, that means continuation to 6th class, in your 8th class synthetic fibers lesson is there. In that lesson we will discuss about artificial fibers, that is rayon and also nylon, polyester. So in this session we will discuss about only two natural fibers, that is one is cotton, second one is jute. First we start with cotton. Okay, cotton fiber obtained from cotton tree, that means cotton fruit. Cotton fiber obtained from cotton fruit. Cotton fiber obtained from cotton means in Telugu patti. Okay, cotton means in Telugu patti. Cotton fiber, this is cotton fiber, this is not cotton yarn, this is not cotton fabric, it is cotton fiber. Small thread like structures are called fabric fibers. Small thread like structures are called fibers. So first we start with natural fibers. Okay, what is the definition of natural fibers? Again I will explain the definition of natural fibers. The fibers which are obtained from nature, that means plants and animals, are called natural fibers. In your syllabus, two natural fibers are there. A brief discussion about two natural fibers are there. First one is cotton. Now I will explain about cotton. Cotton obtained from cotton seeds or cotton fruit. Generally cotton cultivated in Telugu పండించడం. Generally cotton cultivated పండుతుంది in Telugu. Generally cotton cultivated in black soils. Cultivated in black soil. Generally cotton cultivated in black soil. Okay, the growth of cotton is more in black soil when compared with red soil and other soils. So generally cotton cultivated in black soil. Okay, in our state cotton grown widely in Prakasam district. In our state cotton grown widely, that means cotton grown widely, baga perugutundi in Telugu. In our state cotton grown widely in Prakasam district. Okay, in our state cotton grown widely in Prakasam district. In Telangana Adilabad, Nalgonda districts. Adilabad, Nalgonda. In Telangana, Adilabad, Nalgonda and other regions of Telangana and other regions of TS, shortcut Telangana. That means in our state cotton grown widely in Prakasam district. In Telangana cotton grown widely in Adilabad district, old Adilabad district, old Nalgonda district and other regions of Telangana. Okay, this is about introductory part to cotton generally cultivated in black soil. In our state cotton grown widely in Prakasam district. In Telangana Adilabad district, Nalgonda and other regions of Telangana. This is about introductory part of cotton. Okay, now I will explain how to make cotton yarn. Making of cotton yarn. How to make cotton yarn from cotton balls. That means how to make cotton yarn from this particular cotton fiber. Now I will explain with this particular concept. Okay, first we start with definition of ginning. First I will start with the definition of ginning. Spelling very important. GI starts with spelling GI, ginning. GINNING, ginning. What is the definition of ginning? First we start with the definition of ginning. So ginning means separation of seeds from separation of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Say for example, if you observe cotton fruit, it contains cotton balls. It contains cotton balls. In cotton balls, not only cotton is present, but also seeds are present. For one ball, it is having one seed. That means simply, later I will write definition. Say for example, this is cotton ball. Let us assume this black color is cotton seed. This is cotton. That means this blue color is considered as cotton. You will consider that blue color is as cotton. This particular one as seed. This is cotton ball. This is one cotton ball. This is also another cotton ball. Another cotton ball. Another cotton ball. These all are having seeds. These all are having seeds. Okay. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called removing. Removing of seeds. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Write down the definition. Removal of seeds from cotton balls. Removal of seeds from cotton balls. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Is called ginning. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. So you can write it as an example. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Okay, this is the first step in the making of cotton yarn from cotton fruit. So first ginning, removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Second step, after ginning, that means after ginning we can get cotton fiber. After ginning we can get cotton fiber like this, cotton fiber. By removing of seeds from cotton balls we will get cotton fiber. After ginning, cotton fiber is, this cotton fiber is cleaned, washed, combed. After ginning, this particular cotton fiber is cleaned by using water and also washed and combed. Cleaned, washed, combed. Duvadam in Telugu. Combed. After ginning, cotton fiber is cleaned, washed and combed. After ginning, cotton fiber is cleaned, washed and combed. Okay, good. Third point, first pointing about definition of ginning. Second point, after ginning, cotton fiber is cleaned, washed and combed. Okay, next third point. Third point is third point is about next. Third point, take some cotton fabric. Take some cotton, very important question for 8 marks. Take some cotton fabric. Cotton fiber in one hand. Take some cotton fiber in one hand like this and pull out the cotton from cotton fiber. Pull out the cotton from cotton fiber and try to pull out the cotton from cotton fiber by using thumb and forefinger. Pull out the cotton from this particular hand with the help of thumb and forefinger. So in this way, on twisting, we can convert the small thin threads are into N. We can convert on twisting, we can convert small thin threads like structures into N. A long thread like this. A long thread like this. This is called N. That means take some cotton fiber in one hand. In one hand and pull out the cotton from cotton fiber with the help of thumb and forefinger okay, with the help of thumb and forefinger. Okay, with the help of thumb and forefinger. Fourth point, that means with the help of thumb and forefinger. Okay, on continuous twisting, we can convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn. We can convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn. That means on continuous twisting of these small fabrics on continuous twisting, we can convert these thin threads into long thread like yarn. So on continuous twisting, we can convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn. To get strong yarn, we cannot get strong yarn with the help of thumb and forefinger. So to get strong yarn, we use an instrument. Its name is takli or charka. Its name is takli. In some cases, charka is also used to collect yarn from fiber. Its name is takli. So once again I will explain: making of cotton yarn, making of cotton thread, making of cotton long thread from cotton fiber. How can we convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn? First point, ginning. First step, ginning. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. Actually, it is not present in nature. We can collect this particular one from cotton fruit. Cotton fruit contains cotton balls. In cotton balls, along with cotton, seeds are also present. For one ball, one seed is present. Removal of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. In first step, we can get cotton fiber. Okay. After ginning, cotton fiber is cleaned, washed, and combed. Take some cotton fiber in one hand and pull out the cotton from the cotton fiber with the help of thumb and forefinger like this. Okay. On continuous twisting, we can convert this particular cotton fiber into cotton yarn. Okay. To get strong yarn, we will use an instrument. We will call it as its name as takli. Its name is takli. Now I will draw the diagram related to takli. Very, very important diagram, takli diagram, there in your textbook. Takli, an instrument used to convert, which is used to convert fabric to yarn, which is used to convert fabric to yarn. An instrument used to convert fabric to yarn is takli. Okay. This diagram is okay. The diagram is like this in your textbook. Okay. This is having sharp surface. Okay. This is the diagram of Thakli there in your syllabus. Okay, this is the diagram of Thakli there in your syllabus. Okay, this is the Thakli. With the help of Thakli, we can convert. With the help of Thakli, we can convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn. By using Thakli, we can get strong yarn. With the help of thumb and forefinger, we cannot get strong yarn. By using an instrument, its name is Thakli, we can get strong yarn. We can also use charka. Mahatma Gandhi charka. We can also use Mahatma Gandhi charka for conversion of cotton fiber into cotton fabric. Okay, that means cotton yarn. Okay, here I will explain another definition. Fifth point is last and final. In this process, we convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn. So here we have one definition is there. Its name is spinning. Its name is spinning. The process of conversion, the process of making of yarn from fiber is called spinning. The process of making of yarn from fiber, like this, the process of making of yarn from fiber by twisting is called spinning. The process of making of yarn from yarn means, in the case of cotton we will call it as cotton yarn. In the case of jute we will call it as jute yarn. In the case of polyester we will call it as polyester yarn. So it changes from fiber to fiber. The process of making of yarn from fiber is called spinning. Very, very important definition. Spinning. Ginning. The process of separation of seeds from cotton balls is called ginning. It is spinning. The process of making of yarn from fiber is called spinning. By which process we can convert fiber to yarn? Spinning process. Okay, by which process we can get cotton fiber from cotton balls? Ginning. By using ginning process we can get cotton fiber from cotton balls. By using spinning process we can convert cotton fiber into cotton yarn. This is the procedure for making cotton yarn. This is about cotton and making of cotton yarn. This is about one natural fiber, its name is cotton. Next, second one is jute. We completed the topic related to cotton. Next one is jute. Okay, whenever you observe paddy, in Telugu vari, chilli, mirapa, whenever you observe paddy or chilli and other commercial products are packed in gunny bags. This is nothing but gunny bag. Paddy or chilli or other commercial products are packed in this type of gunny bags. That means these bags are useful to carry heavier materials, heavier substances. This is the gunny bag. This is the example for gunny bag. This gunny bag is made from which type of fabric? This gunny bag is made from jute fabric. We will discuss about jute, gunny bag. This is the gunny bag. Okay, jute. So chilli or paddy and other commercial products are packed in gunny bags. Gunny bags are made from jute. Gunny bags are made from jute fabric. Jute fabric is also one type of fabric which is used in the preparation of fabrics. Okay, observe jute fabric. This is jute fabric. Say for example, this is cotton fabric. Let us assume this is cotton fabric. Observe this is jute fabric, this is cotton fabric. Observe, jute fabric is harder and thicker and stronger when compared with cotton fabric. That's why we can pack chilli or paddy and other commercial products in jute bags, not in cotton bags. We cannot parcel paddy or chilli in cotton bags. We will only use jute bags for packing paddy or chilli. Okay, I will explain about jute. Gunny bags made from jute. Okay, very important bit, excellent important bit. jute fiber is called jute fiber is called golden fiber. Very very important bit. Golden fiber, we will call scientists, people call it as jute fiber as golden fiber. Golden fiber is jute fiber. Golden fiber is jute fiber. Very very important bit. We cannot call it as cotton fiber as golden fiber. We cannot call wool fiber as golden fiber. Only we can call jute fiber as golden fiber. It has so many uses. That's why we will call it as golden fiber. Golden fiber. Bangaru daram in Telugu. Bangaru. That means it appears as gold. Price of gold is more, like that price of jute is more. That means in the case of elements, gold is having more importance, like that in the case of fibers, jute has having more importance. Okay, here I will explain another concept. White gold is called salt. White gold is called salt. Or eating salt, table salt. White gold is called salt. Why? Because it is which is present in white color in Middle Age, not at this time, in the Middle Age, before 1500 years. Okay, the cost of salt is so expensive. At the time of Middle Age, the cost of salt is so expensive. So at that time, people called salt as white gold. People call it salt as white gold. So this is about jute fiber. Okay, again I will explain jute. Jute fabric coming from stem of jute. Jute fabric coming from stem of jute. Cotton fabric coming from fruit of the plant. That means it comes from fruit. In fruit, cotton balls are there. From cotton balls we can collect cotton fiber. On spinning we can convert cotton fiber into cotton fabric. On weaving we can convert cotton fabric into cotton cloth. Like that, jute fabric coming from stem in Telugu kandamu. Say for example, this is plant, this is called stem. These are the leaves, let us assume. This is stem of the plant. Jute fabric coming from stem of jute plant. Okay, when you cut harvested jute and immerse it in water for so many days, cut jute plant and immerse it in water for so many days. Okay, when you immerse it in water jute plant, it soaks and change it into rotten. It means Telugu kullina, and we can peel that particular, that means peel means in Telugu tokka. We can easily take that particular peel. Say for example, this is jute plant, this is the stem of the jute plant. If you immerse this particular in water, after so many days, the peel of that particular stem is rotten. We can easily peel the stem, we can easily peel this particular jute. From that particular peel, in Telugu tokka, from that particular peel we can take jute fiber. So jute fiber. From jute fiber we know already on spinning. Again on spinning like this, on spinning in Telugu puriye pettadam. On spinning we can convert jute fiber into jute fabric. On weaving means horizontal jute yarn, vertical jute yarn. With the help of loom we can convert jute fabric into jute cloth. Jute yarn into jute fabric. Okay, nowadays we are using polythene covers. Polythene covers are not eco-friendly. Jute bags are eco-friendly. In the next session we will discuss about the two definition, that is spinning and weaving. Okay, in the next session we will complete the lesson. Thank you so much.